I recorded this video like 2 days ago and was going to post it on Friday afternoon, and then I went to go edit it late on Thursday night and realized I never plugged in my microphone, which was fantastic. And the whole reason I unplugged my microphone to begin with was because the night prior, late Wednesday night, I recorded a video with Pokenomics, with Jake from Pokenomics. So if you haven't checked that already, I'm going to link that in the description down below. We spent like an hour and a half or so just talking about, you know, things going on in the community, issues that we see going on in the community, different things back and forth. And Jake is a very, very smart guy. He's got an excellent channel, very transparent, very, very much for the community and for, you know, the collector or the investor or the business or whatever the case may be. So definitely go check out his channel. Like I said, I will leave that down in the description below, but let's try this again. So what is going on, Fan Clan? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny Phantump. Thank you so much for taking time out of your Saturday or Sunday or whenever you're watching this to check out my video. I just want to say thank you first of all, and if you haven't had a chance already, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave a thumbs up, a comment. It goes a long way for the algorithm, so thank you very much. We've been doing fairly well this week. This is our 4th video that we posted. I do want to talk about some business-related things this week. If you're somebody who's either looking at starting a business in Pokemon or in trading cards, or you've already had a business for a while and you're maybe looking to trim some expenses, that's what we're going to talk about in this episode here. It's been a very, very good year for a lot of people when it comes to Pokemon. Numbers haven't been as great as we would hope for, just because the popularity, the supply has been so low and the demand has been skyrocketing. So when that happens, there's different ways that you want to look at on how to impact your margins, and a lot of things are typically things that you don't necessarily think of. A lot of things that you can do, cost-saving techniques and things like that. Trimming your expenses is one way that you can really go out of your way to fix that bottom line. And if it's something that you do frequently enough, and if you look around at pretty much every area and every facet of your business, trimming your expenses is a really, really big thing. So this video right here is going to cater kind of towards that, but also give a few tips and tricks to collectors, to investors as well, to just casual fans of the game. Just maybe a way that you could look at possibly getting some better product at a cheaper price, things like that. So with that being said, I am going to just kind of dive into it. I'm going to focus on 2 items, and I'm going to focus on one website. That website is tcgplayer.com. We've talked about tcgplayer.com a lot in the past. I highly recommend having a TCG Player account if you don't have one already. Setting up a seller portal just because there is so much opportunity there to kind of move some of your unwanted cards to an end consumer. So even if you're somebody who's not really looking at opening a business, a Pokemon business, it is a way that you can kind of put some extra money in your pocket to help feed your collection. So if you're somebody who's really passionate, wanting to get some cards that maybe are a little bit out of your price range, or save up some money to try and get something that might be expensive or come out down the road, this is a way that you can sell some of your doubles, your triples, your duplicates, or any, like if you have a lot of bulk lying around that you're not selling or trading to us at the Coliseum, if you have a lot of that lying around that you want to get rid of, that there's maybe some staples in there that are worth a couple dollars a piece, this is a great outlet that you can kind of move those to some of the more competitive players or some of the people who might need them in their collection. So I highly recommend going and checking out tcgplayer.com if you haven't already. But if you are somebody who's looking at selling on TCG Player, there's a couple things that you should know when it comes to selling, and there's ways that you can trim those costs down to help give yourself a raise, or put more money in your pocket to help feed your collection, or put more money in your pocket to help buy more product to then turn to the end consumer. These are huge, huge things. So I'm going to kind of open up my Google Sheet here so that way you can see what I'm talking about. This is just a real basic spreadsheet, and I'm only going to go over 2 items, and that's stamps and card savers. So we're only going to talk about items on TCG Player that you're selling probably below $20, $25, where you're not necessarily going to go out of your way and add tracking onto it. You're probably just going to put it in a number 10 white envelope, seal it up shut, tape it shut, and then ship it off to the end consumer, to the customer, using a stamp. And this is more than acceptable on TCG Player. A lot of people do this, especially with some of those smaller orders. I get questions all the time that if you're selling a card on TCG Player for 25 cents, aren't you technically losing money? Well, no, because TCG Player has this great option where you can offer free shipping to a customer, but only if your order hits $5 or more. So if they're not spending $5 at your store, they have to pay what the equivalent would be of a stamp, which is 78 cents. So 55 cents they figure for the stamp, and then plus you're looking at a top loader or a card saver, the ink to print off the packing slip, the envelope, things like that, those ancillary costs that equal about 78 cents. So that's why that gets added on, tacked onto the order, so that way you don't have to just eat that shipping cost and you're losing money on all 25-cent orders. So that is a great feature that TCG Player does offer. However, if you were like how I used to be, and you sold cards and you just went to the post office and bought a book of stamps or a sheet of stamps or a roll of stamps, you were paying 55 cents per stamp. There are ways to get discounted stamps that people are selling all over the place. And the best way to do that is going to be to go to eBay, and you can type in forever stamps, a roll of forever stamps, and you can see there's 100 stamps that come in a roll, and your cheapest option right now for buy it now price is $33.89. So you're looking at about $34 for a roll of stamps. That's 100 stamps. That's 34 cents a stamp rather than the 55 cents a stamp that you're going to be getting when you go to your local post office. So again, laziness is kind of a huge thing. Preparation is a huge thing. Organization is a huge thing. So if you buy a few hundred of these in advance, or if you sell a lot on TCG Player, if you're looking at really trimming down those costs, buying a decent chunk of these in advance and then buying these when you're starting to run low is really going to help save you in the long run. And I have it broken down a little bit here on my expenses sheet just to kind of give you an idea. So if you're spending 34 cents per stamp versus 55 cents at the post office on 100 orders, you're saving yourself $21. Now, that's not a whole lot. Obviously, that's not going to make or break you, but 100 orders, once you start doing this on a consistent basis on TCG Player, is nothing. You're going to start selling 100 orders, you know, every day or every couple days, and you're going to start getting to the point where you're selling about 500 orders a week. So 500 orders that you need to put a stamp on, you're looking at $170 versus $275. So that's a savings of $105 that's going directly towards your bottom line. So that's a big deal. If you do 500 orders per week, which I think is a good goal to get to if you're a business that's just starting out, or if you're looking to move some extra singles, that's 26,000 orders a year. You figure there's 52 weeks in a year, 52 times 500 is 26,000. You're looking at 26,000 orders per year. That means you're spending about $8,840 on stamps. And I know this doesn't translate to every order that comes in, because you're going to have some orders that you're going to be using a bubble mailer for, you're going to be using track shipping for. So 26,000 is kind of just an average number that we're going to go with as a goal for you to get to. So we're saying you're getting about 26,000 stamps. There's also going to be some orders where you put 2 stamps on or 3 stamps on versus just 1. So 8,840 stamps if you buy those stamps on eBay versus $14,300 if you buy those stamps at the post office just every time that you need them. This is a huge savings for a year. You are saving your company over $5,000 just on stamps. That's a big deal. Another big expense that we use on a daily basis is going to be card savers. Now, typically you're going to be using card savers in every single order. You might use 1, you might use 2, you might use 3. It really depends on how many cards your customer buys. And if you go to eBay right now and you buy card savers, you're looking at about 23 cents a piece for a card saver 1. And that's just because card savers are very expensive right now. They're very hard to find in stock. Distributors aren't really carrying them. They're a lot like Pokemon cards because so many people have graded things. Manufacturing has been down. So these card savers get bought out as soon as they get fed into a local game store. As soon as they get stacked on a shelf, they get bought out really quickly. So you're looking at 23 cents. But one thing I also wanted to share with you is, if you remember a video I recorded a while ago where I talked about a case, a display case for your PSA cards. So this website, blackcardx.com, and I'll link this in the description below as well. They sell card savers, and they're CGC card savers. So I just recently purchased a few thousand card savers from this website. You can actually use the promo code FAN, PHAN, to save an additional 5% off of your order. So make sure you type that in, PHAN, FAN, 5% off your order. But these are just, it's a little... there, CGC trading cards. They have a logo at the top of them for CGC. They're not always going to be like this. Once they get through the CGC graded CGC card saver stock, they have different ones coming in, but it's going to be the same quality. So it's just like a card saver 1. It's very durable, very good quality. Something that I would use if I'm getting cards graded, or I use them to ship cards out right now. But you can get a pack of 50 of them right now for $8, which is actually a fantastic deal. Or you can get a case of 40 of them, or a case of 40 packs, which is going to be, what, 2,000 card savers for $290, which is a fantastic deal. And if you look at your expenses here, I have it laid out again. That if you buy a case, you're looking at getting them for 15 cents a piece versus the 23 cents that you would pay per card saver on eBay. So for 100 orders, that's going to save you about $8. You're paying $14.50 on blackcardx.com, or you're paying $22.50 on eBay. For 500 orders, so let's say that's your goal for the week, you're spending $112.50 on eBay just on card savers, or $72.50 on card savers on blackcardx.com. So those 26,000 orders that we're looking at producing for a year, that 500 per week goal, I guess we'll call it, $5,850. So $5,850 if you buy them on eBay versus $3,770 if you prepare yourself ahead of time and buy them on blackcardx.com. And this is just a way of shifting your buying habits to kind of help reduce those margins, save yourself a little bit of money, and put that back into your collection, put that back into your business, whatever the case may be. It's a good way to do it. If you start transferring your buying habits to doing this, and you're doing this with stamps and card savers, you're looking at saving about $29 for every 100 orders. 500 orders, you're saving $145, 26,000 orders. So that yearly goal of selling 500 orders per week, $7,540 that you are saving to your bottom line. It's a really big deal. Again, you can also use the promo code PHAN, P-H-A-N. It'll save you 5% on your card savers. That is not factored into this total here, so you can probably knock this down by a penny or so, which does add up over time. That's why the thumbnail for this is about pinching pennies and saving costs and things like that to kind of expand your margins. So these are just two examples, just two small examples of shifting your buying habits. This isn't even going more in depth into how to save money on bubble envelopes and how to save money on priority mail shipping or UPS shipping or whatever shipping company you decide that you want to use. This isn't even talking about other options at kind of balancing those expenses, trimming down expenses, because let's face it, you want to make sure the margins aren't always going to be fantastic when it comes to Pokemon, so you really want to make sure that you're doing what you can in every trading card game to kind of trim those costs, really any business possible to trim those costs. I spent years kind of doing the wrong thing or learning the wrong thing and then trying to figure out the best option out there, and there could be better options out there right now. I'm just letting you know what has worked for me and what I've been able to do to trim down costs from our business standpoint. And if you have a better way, definitely share it down in the comment section down below so that way the community can take advantage of it. But with that being said, like I said, these are just a couple different options. So I'm going to leave links down in the description below for both the Pokenomics video and as well as the card savers that you can purchase on blackcardx.com. Again, promo code PHAN, P-H-A-N, gets you 5% off your order, so definitely take advantage of that. I do want to have a video coming up soon about Chilling Reign. I still do not have final numbers. I have a rough idea of numbers, kind of a lowest amount that I will get. And I'm happy to say that we are going to be getting more Chilling Reign than we've ever gotten of any set, but it's not fantastic, not anything close to what I had ordered, but we did order a lot. So it's great that we're getting a higher allocation than what we're typically used to, but it's not going to be, it doesn't look like it's going to be quite what we had hoped for, just because we really wanted to order a ton to try and be able to service the community and give them the best possible pricing, below MSRP pricing for all of their pre-orders with Chilling Reign. But we will get that. I will get those numbers to you as soon as I possibly have them, and we'll start figuring out what we're going to do with the pre-order process. So if you do find a good deal on Chilling Reign out there, I definitely would take advantage of it right now, just because a lot of the pre-order prices that I see are pretty expensive, whether it's $160, $170 per box, and I think that's just way too high for a product that hasn't even been released yet, and a lot of companies are just starting to get their numbers now. So pay attention for that. Thank you so much for everything, guys. I really, really appreciate it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below if you're not already. Hopefully you can hear me this time. And as always, I'll leave a like and a thumbs up. And until next time, peace.